You ever notice how your body reacts before your mind catches up? Someone texts you, "Hey, I'm nearby. Can I stop by for a bit?" And before you even finish reading, your chest tightens. Your shoulders tense. You feel this quiet dread creeping in, even though you actually like this person. You type back, "Sure, come through," because that's what you're supposed to say. But inside, a voice whispers, "Please don't." If that's you, I need you to know something right now. You're not broken. You're not cold. You're not a bad friend. You're just someone whose home means something different than it does to other people. And today, we're going to talk about why some of us feel actual relief when guests leave, even when we love them. Because here's the thing most people don't understand. For some of us, home isn't just where we live. It's where we survive. It's the one place in the entire world where we don't have to be anything for anyone. No performance. No pelaitnis. No managing how we come across. Just us. Unfiltered, unchoreographed, untouched by expectation. And when someone steps into that space, even someone we care about, it's like the air itself changes. The silence we've been protecting shatters. The stillness we've been guarding gets interrupted. And suddenly, we're back on stage. Let me paint you a picture. You've had a long week. Work drained you. People drained you. Small talk drained you. Every conversation, every meeting, every polite smile took a little piece of your energy. And finally, you walk through your front door. You close it behind you. And for the first time all week, you exhale. Really exhale. You drop your bag. You kick off your shoes. You sink into your couch. And your nervous system, that part of you that's been running on high alert for days, finally whispers, "Okay, we're safe now." That's what home is to some of us. It's not a house. It's a reset button. It's the place where our brain gets to stop scanning for danger, stop monitoring tone, stop calculating responses. It's where we get to just be. But then the doorbell rings. And just like that, the reset gets canceled. Now, psychologically, what's happening here is something called territorial comfort. Basically, the deep need to control your own environment. And it's not about being possessive or selfish. It's about control. When you've spent your whole day in environments you can't control, around people whose moods affect yours, navigating social rules you didn't write, your home becomes the one place where you get to decide everything. The lighting, the temperature, the noise level, whether you're wearing pants or not. It's yours. And when a guest arrives, that control dissolves. Suddenly, you're monitoring again. Is the place clean enough? Do they need something to drink? Are they comfortable? Are you being a good host? And just like that, you're performing again. The mask you finally took off is back on. And here's what nobody tells you, because it sounds harsh. But I'm going to say it anyway. Some of the kindest, warmest, most generous people you know are also the ones who feel the deepest sense of relief the second a guest walks out the door. Not because they didn't enjoy the visit. Not because they don't love that person. But because silence, to them, feels like oxygen. And they've been holding their breath the entire time. And if you're one of these people, you probably feel guilty about it, right? You think, what's wrong with me? Why can't I just relax and enjoy having people over like everyone else does? You see your friends posting pictures of dinner parties and game nights, and they look so happy, so effortless. And you wonder why, for you, hosting feels like work, like emotional labor, like something you have to recover from. But here's the truth. You're not wired wrong. You're just wired differently. And that difference isn't a flaw. It's a boundary. Psychologists talk about something called social energy, and for most people, it's pretty straightforward. You spend time with others, it either drains you or fills you up, and then you go home. But for people like us, home is the place where we recharge. It's not neutral space. It's sacred space. It's where we process the day, where we untangle our thoughts, where we let our guard down completely. So when someone enters that space, even someone we trust, we lose access to our primary source of restoration. It's like someone unplugging your phone while it's charging. Nothing terrible happens, but you're not getting what you need either. And for some of us, this goes even deeper. Maybe you grew up in a home where guests meant stress, where your parents would panic clean before anyone came over, where you had to be on your best behavior, quiet and polite and invisible, where visitors weren't relaxed and fun, They were pressure and performance and walking on eggshells. And now, even as an adult, even in your own home, that old program runs in the background. Guests equal tension. Guests equal effort. Guests equal losing yourself for a little while. But here's where I want to shift this. Because I don't want you walking away from this video thinking you're doomed to feel anxious every time someone knocks on your door. What I want you to understand is that protecting your space doesn't make you selfish. It makes you self-aware. There's a difference between pushing people away and protecting your peace. And you get to decide what that looks like for you. Some people handle this by setting time limits. They'll invite someone over, but they'll say up front, "I've got about an hour before I need to wind down." And there's no shame in that. It's honest. It's clear. And it protects both the relationship and your energy. Other people prefer meeting friends in neutral spaces. Coffee shops, parks, restaurants, places where they can connect without surrendering their sanctuary. And that's okay too. You don't owe anyone access to your home just because they want it. Your space is yours to guard. And here's something I need you to hear. You can love someone deeply and still not want them in your living room. You can care about someone's well-being and still prefer to see them elsewhere. Affection and boundaries are not opposites. They coexist. In fact, the people who guard their energy the most carefully are often the ones who show up the most genuinely when they do engage. Because they're not running on empty. They're not forcing it. They're choosing it. There's also this really important distinction between solitude and loneliness. Loneliness is painful. It's the ache of wanting connection and not having it. But solitude is nourishing. It's the choice to be alone because being alone feels good. And if you're someone who craves solitude, who needs it to function, who feels most like yourself when no one else is around, that's not something to fix. That's something to honor. I think a lot of us have been taught that being social, being open, being hospitable, those are the virtues. And they are. But so is knowing yourself. So is respecting your limits. So is creating a life that doesn't constantly ask you to override your instincts just to fit in. Because the truth is, not everyone is meant to host dinner parties. Not everyone is meant to have an open-door policy. And that's not a character flaw. That's just how some people are built. So if you're sitting here watching this and you're realizing, yeah, that's me. I'm that person. I want you to stop apologizing for it. Stop feeling broken. Stop comparing yourself to people who thrive on constant company. You're not them. And that's okay. You're allowed to need what you need. You're allowed to protect what protects you. And if home is your sanctuary, if it's the one place where you get to be completely, authentically, unapologetically yourself, then guarding that space isn't selfish. It's survival. Because at the end of the day, the people who truly care about you will understand. They won't take it personally when you suggest meeting somewhere else. They won't guilt you for needing time alone. They'll respect that your peace matters. And the ones who don't, the ones who push, who insist, who make you feel bad for having boundaries, they're showing you exactly why those boundaries exist in the first place. So here's what I want you to take away from this. If you're someone who feels that quiet dread when the doorbell rings, you're not alone. If you've ever felt guilty for feeling relieved when someone leaves, you're not cruel. You're just someone who values solitude. Someone who needs their space to stay whole. Someone whose home is more than four walls and a roof. It's a refuge. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with protecting that. So tell me, does this resonate with you? Are you someone who guards your space like this? Drop a comment and let me know, because I think a lot of us are out here quietly feeling the same way, and it helps to know we're not the only ones. And if you want more content like this, where we break down the psychology behind everyday habits and feelings without judgment, just simple understanding, hit that subscribe button. Because we're building a space here where it's okay to be exactly who you are. Where that chest-tightening feeling finally makes sense. I'll see you in the next one.